Welcome to NFL Now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to NFL Now's Week 1 Power Rankings, non-biased communist power rankings. Obviously, NFL Now has already come out with them. Looks like there's a lot of collusion and bullshit in there, so I'm going to give you the truth. Voted on by the panel here, our staff. We're going to start it off working our way backwards. The first team on our power rankings, the worst team in the league this week, Dog Nuts. Your team was absolutely terrible in the first week. Just looking at it, you had two players in double digits, Tom Brady and Vernon Davis. I thought this was Michigan. Your rest of the team sucked. David Wilson doesn't look like he's even going to start. If you want to get rid of beast mode, I'd be willing to take him off your hands because you need to make a move faster. You won't win a game this season. Your team is that awful. Moving up next, this team has been awful in the past. Looks like he's going down that path again. God looks like he was only in his hands for 1 year, and that was last year, and that's Team Snot. Your team was woeful in week 1. You only put up 70 points. Looking at it here, you have no playmakers on your team. You're starting Josh Freeman at quarterback. I wouldn't even start Carson Palmer at quarterback. The rest of your team, I'll give you the fact Roddy White was hurt in week 1. Stephen Ridley looks like he's already heading toward the bench if Vereen didn't get hurt. Alfred Morris looked, and your best player was probably Reggie Wayne, and he's aging, so you better make a move as well. Your team kind of sucks still. Moving on to a team here next that actually got a W in week 1. It's going to be number 12 on our power rankings this week. We still are not buying this team. He's been one of the worst owners ever. One of the reasons he only won this week is because he played Scott's team, who fucking sucked, and that is going to be Mucho McNutty. We're not sold yet. You had good performance out of your running backs, but anyone who's had Ryan Matthews before can tell you 11 points is probably one of the top end for him. Dez Bryant's hurt. Your receivers outside of that are terrible. Golden Tate, I wouldn't start him on my team in any league. I don't know. Your bench was awful. Your team's just awful in general. You got lucky week 1. It's probably not going to continue. Your top point, Jason Witten. I'll give you that. He's a perennial stud. But other than that, you're a team that needs to make a move here as well. Otherwise, this isn't going to last for you. Enjoy your week 1 win. But it also did almost match his win total from last year, which was 2. So congratulations, Mooch. But don't burn your feet this week. Coming up next on our list, NFL Now maybe might have a little vendetta against this person. I don't know. It's just a lot of rumors swirling around, but his team sucked anyways. He got a lot of garbage points late in the week. We're not impressed with it, and that's going to be Greener Chills. He did lose in week 1, did have to go up against a strong team in Coots, but outside of Victor Cruz, we weren't impressed. This team supposedly drafted running backs this year. Frank Gore's aging. C.J. Spiller still hasn't proven as a running back. Cecil Shorts, I'm sorry, but he's not going to produce until Blaine Gabbert stops playing quarterback for the Jaguars. They're a crappy team. Everyone knows that. I'll give you Eddie Lacy had a pretty decent game. I think he had a fumble too. Your tight end put up 0 for you. At least you got Bennett on the bench. It wasn't worse than Chowan. You got -2. But other than that, your team's weak. And your starting quarterback's Tony Romo this year with a backup of Ben Roethlisberger. You're going to have to make a move here as well, or you will not be seeing the postseason. That's just NFL Now's opinion. Take it or leave it. Next team on our list here is actually coming off probation. Actually got a win in week 1, which was kind of surprising. Wasn't challenged that hard. He did go up against the worst team in the league, Dick Noggett, who we don't even know if he's actually playing, but he is under investigation right now by NFL Live if he's even checking his team. Still has the same team name as from last year, so same picture as well now that I look at. That is going to be Kearney. You're coming in at 10 on our list. Impressive performance by Aaron Rodgers. We actually liked your running backs at the beginning of the season, MJD and Darren Sproles, but once again, Blaine Gabbert and that offense is just holding you back. I don't know what you're going to do there. Your receivers not that bad. Wes Welker and Steve Smith. T.Y. Hilton, I think he'll perform better than that. He just kind of had an off week there. But your bench, there's no one there as well. Percy's not playing. Why don't you move him to the IR? And Michael Turner's not even on a team, dude. Jesus Christ. You got the win in week 1, but this coffee's terrible. You're gonna have to step it up later here in the week if you want to string a couple wins here together. Coming up next on our list here, actually, you'd think you might be a little bit higher. He is going to be a doctor one day, we hope. Come on, Dave, come on through. As Dr. Dave, not a bad performance. He did, have to go against Skis first week, who had a very good week. We're impressed. It looks like his website did let him down, though. I'm looking at it here. Stafford put up 22, and Elite Manning put up 30. What happened there, Dave? Maybe he was too busy at Hopcat or hanging out with his doctor friends. Maybe he's getting a little too big time now for fantasy football. Receivers are strong. Brandon Marshall and Vincent Jackson. He needs Le'Veon back. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Chone Green isn't going to cut it for you week in and week out. You lost the first week. You'll continue to lose if you don't find another running back. Teams have done it before, but the rest of your support players just aren't elite enough to do it. So, that's where we have you here. Next on the list is actually we have some true rumors on this player. From Adam Schefter, NFL Now is getting the inside scoop that last night this team was hanging in the balance. His win or loss was hanging in the balance, and he wasn't even watching the game. Rumor has it, I keep saying rumor, it's not really a rumor. We have legitimate sources here that he actually was FaceTiming with Sam. So that's why we're going with Team Sam here in this slot. He did almost pull out the win, but he wasn't watching the game, so he didn't get to see what happened. Vincent Brown wasn't able to get enough, and Andre Johnson ended up beating him. He made a lot of questionable moves. This kid does a lot of dumb stuff, like shitting on top of shit. Doesn't make sense. He drafts Cam Newton and then trades for Drew Brees, which was picked 4 picks after when he could have just picked Drew Brees in the first place. Trades away Ben Jarvis, who's a better running back, and gets Vic Ballard instead. This doesn't make a lot of sense. He does a lot of dumb things. He won a championship like 20 years ago, but this team is never going to return to prominence if Sam is at the helm here. So that's why we have him there in our spot at number 7. Coming in then next, we have actually King James. Team got absolutely raped in week 1, stomped. His asshole still probably hurts. Not sure if it's from the raping or if it's from the 1-ply toilet paper that his roommate decided to get, but either way, looking at this team, they're average at best. Robert Griffin III, if anyone watched the game the other night, looked like a shade of his former self. Couldn't run, couldn't perform that well. Arian